Hello again, fight fans. I am Jason BURGOS for Sherdog.com, and I have the pleasure of being joined by one of One Championship's most popular fighters. He's been a combat sports athlete since the 90s and has won multiple championships in both Muay Thai and kickboxing since 2013. He's been one of the promotion's most exciting heavyweight competitors, setting knockout records in the division, and that man is the Panther. Alain Ngalani. Alain, thank you so much for the time tonight. It's a pleasure to finally get to talk to you.
Hi, Jason. The pleasure is all mine. Thank you, man. Thank you for having me this morning.
My pleasure. Now, a major story in MMA that's, kept growing the last few years is the rise of fighters from the African continent. Many fans are becoming familiar with this notion now, but you were a champion in combat sports, like I mentioned, kickboxing and Muay Thai almost 2 decades ago. So you were helping to put the African combat sports athlete on fans' radar so they know how great the talent is there. But how does it make you feel to see fighters from the continent get such notoriety for fighting all over the world now? And does it fill you with a pride to be a part of something like that?
Well, you know what, Jason? It's about time. It's about time that African fighter are getting some recognition because, to be honest, there are some huge talent in Africa. And I'm telling you, not to forget about me. You have like a lot of talent in Africa. So it's about time that I get some recognition and that people know that over there, there's force to be reckoned with, and they're just starting.
Do you feel like combat athletes from Africa have been, underrated, underestimated, underappreciated for a long time? Because the continent does have its own martial arts, have for generations, centuries. For example, lamb wrestling, which fascinates me. That's just one of them. So many people are familiar with fighters like, from America, from Japan, Mexico, China, Brazil. Do you think what men like Francis Ngannou, Israel Adesanya, Rug, and you are doing is finally bringing attention to just like martial arts on the African continent, that it exists there, that it's special there, that is just not everywhere else?
Yeah, I think unfortunately they have just been underrated, and also they haven't been on the radar. Okay, but they are talent, like a lot of talent in Africa, raw talent. They don't have the infrastructure, that's for sure. They don't have the means, yes. They don't travel at all, yes. But they have like a lot of talent there. And I think now we just seen like with Francis Ngannou, like he by luck he managed to end up in France, and that was just like. And it's not like he's been doing martial arts for like since he was young, not at all. But you can see, I mean, the guy just getting there, and then he just make everybody look like a fool. And yeah, that's it, that's it. And, that's just an example. And I'm very happy to see that now, because it helps put African talent on the map now, and people start giving Africa the recognition that it deserves. So, yeah.
You got into mixed martial arts 7 years ago with one championship at the age of 38. Is there any part of you that wishes you had gotten into it earlier, maybe in your early 30s, or would you not change anything about how your combat sports career has gone?
No, listen, I wouldn't change anything. I started martial arts since I was very young, 5, 6 years old. I've done, karate, kickboxing, judo. I've done it all. I've competed in a variety of martial art. I won various championship and world championship. I'm very happy with what I've gone through. I'm very happy with what I've achieved, and I just think that one never ceases to learn, okay? And challenges is always ahead. It's always good to look for challenges and to just challenge yourself as a way of life, and that just bring some spice and give you something to look forward to, and you never stop learning. So that's what I'm doing. I'm always learning. I'm always trying something new. I'm always trying to challenge myself. It doesn't matter if I succeed or not. I just want to get in there, have the experience, learn something, and give my best shot. And that's what I've been doing. When I was done with kickboxing, and then I retired, and I thought, okay, that's it. I've done everything that I wanted to do. I'm done. Then I seen MMA, like making the buzz everywhere, and I thought, well, I don't know much about MMA, and I wonder how I would do. Like, yeah, it would be like interesting, right? So I thought, okay, I'm gonna throw my thing in there. I'm already 38 years old, but it doesn't matter. You never finish to learn. You just get in there and learn, you know. And I got in there, and I'm very happy that I had some amazing fight, and that you know, I got to enjoy myself, and I got to learn a lot of things. You know, I got in there, and my kickboxing was fine, and then I discovered that my groundwork was completely non-existent. So there you go. So you never stop learning. So I started learning again, and that passion is what makes me who I am today. And then I'm happy that, you know, I've get to live my passion. I'm happy that I've get to be the man that I am today because of all the win and the losses and the learning that I've been, you know, going through our life. Yeah. So that's what it's been about.
And I'm glad you brought up that, you know, you necessarily weren't following MMA, didn't know a lot about it, because that was kind of the direction I was going with the next question, because the kind of the rumor, the talk, not even rumor, it seems like that's where things are going with your next fight whenever One Championship does start promoting events again. Hopefully June 5th is when it starts and they start getting stuff going from then. But Vitor Belfort and you seem to be the combination they're pairing up for an eventual fight. Since you didn't follow MMA that much, were you aware of Vitor Belfort as you were making, you know, having success in your kickboxing and Muay Thai career, as he was coming along in MMA? Did you know about him? Does fighting him, is that something special for you, or you've more discovered him once you became a part of the sport?
No, I've kind of heard about him from the side, you know, watching him compete. You know, I've heard about him and a few other athletes on the side, you know, just on the side. Yeah, I wasn't focusing on it at all, but yes, I heard about him before.
You are a legitimate heavyweight and have been throughout your fighting career. Vitor is not a small man by any means, but even without cutting weight, he's not a natural heavyweight. Do you think he might be making a very bad decision by fighting you at heavyweight possibly? Do you feel like maybe he isn't understanding how fast, how explosive you are for your size?
I think I would have said that it might be a little, you know, reaching out for him, but you never know. You know, I don't know what his state of mind right now. I trust that you know, he know what he's doing, but I feel like, you know, it's to my advantage to be at my normal weight and you know, just being natural and, you know, coming in there, feeling very comfortable at my normal weight. So I'll be moving, I'll be faster, I'll be without having to do much. Yeah.
His style is not predicated based off around kickboxing, so to speak. He can kick, you know, spin kicks, all kinds of kicks, but it's always for him been about his boxing. His hand speed has always been unique in mixed martial arts, always abnormally fast. From, you know, what you know about him, what you follow about him, and against all the fighters you fought in your career in kickboxing, Muay Thai, and MMA, where would you place his skill set amongst them? Is he, if you do fight him, is he one of those guys that is one of the very, very best fighters you face? Or maybe is he just one of the very, very best boxers you face?
I think overall, Victor is one of the best fighters that I will be facing. And that's just to give the man the honor that he deserves. I think he's a legend. I think that he done a lot in the sport. I think that he has nothing to prove. I think that I props to him to, you know, to come back and fighting at this time, you know, at this level. You know, my hat's off to him. You know, I respect him a lot, and I respect him even more for, you know, fighting at this time. I think that he's a great fighter. I think that his boxing is to his advantage, but I think that anything can happen in a fight. I think that I'm very determined, and I think that my skill is not that bad either. So I'm coming there to I'm coming there to win this fight. You know, I've been I say it again. When I'm in the right mindset, when I'm healthy and in the right mindset, I'm a danger for anyone. And it just happened to be that this is how I'm feeling right now. I'm very healthy. I've recovered from my injuries, and I'm ready for this. I just needed something to, you know, put the fire back in me and you know, motivate me and give me that fire that I was lacking lately. And this just happened to be it. So yeah. let's do this.
Is do you get any joy? Because I don't know how it is so much in the in the East, but here in the West, there's always some fans that complain about certain fighters when they're past 40 and they're fighting, like, oh, they make jokes like, oh, senior circuit, but they're still fantastic fighters at 40. Do you take pride in level, especially if you fight Vitor? You'll be 45, I believe, in July. He's, I think, 42. Do you take any pride to inspire people to show, look, yeah, we're in our 40s, but we're still high class, high level athletes. We're still fantastic. We're world championship level. Do you look to inspire people, regular people, by still competing this far into your life?
Yes, actually, if one thing excite me and motivate me to keep going, is that to inspire people and show them that it doesn't. There's no need to just say age is just a number. Age is a number. You know,
Yeah.
I'm very happy to be there because I'm proving that. I'm very happy to be there, mixing it up with kids that are in their 20s and giving them a hard time and beating them even and knocking people out at my age. You know, and doing the training that I'm doing and being as dedicated and as motivated in the gym, outside training and putting up the work. I'm very happy to do that and to show them that it's just how you feel. If you feel good, carry on. Forget your age. It's just how you feel. Some people will stop even at 25. Some people will stop at 30. Some people will stop at 27 because they're already completely broken, because they can't handle it anymore because their body is already giving up. So it doesn't matter. So if you're physically fit and you're healthy, go on, live your
Is
life.
it? And I'm glad you brought it up, where people stop us like that, because I was talking to Babyface Fernandez earlier in the day. He was talking about he just turned 40 and he kind of wants to stop in the next 2 years, and he's just only turned 40. Is there even the thought of you of like a finish line? Okay, I want to be done by 50. I want to stop fighting and live my life in different ways by 48. Or like you just said, it really is, as long as you can keep doing it and feel confident at a high level, you'll keep going. So if you're 52 and still pretty good of an athlete, you're even willing to still continue.
It's very funny. I think people just say that because they hear it from other people. I think when I was in my 30s, mid-30s, I heard people saying, when you're mid-30s, it's about time to stop. So I had it in mind that when I'll be my mid-30s, 35, I will stop kickboxing. So that was my mindset. And then, mid-30s, 36, 37, I kind of like wanted to stop there already. Then I stopped. But then I realized that I'm still training and I'm still having fun and I'm fine. So what exactly is the problem? And the problem is just other people. The problem wasn't me. The problem is that other people set my limit and told me that I'm going to get old and that it's about time to stop. It's not because I was feeling old. So I think it's very wrong to think that way. I think it's just we're feeling like, it's a number that we're looking at and we're thinking, Bibiano is saying that he's a great fighter, a great athlete. And I know that I know what he must be feeling. It's like he's okay himself, and then he's setting limit because of what he's seen people do and how he's seen people act or talking about it. So he just set the limit, not because he's maybe physically incapacitated. So I think it's just wrong. I think as long as if he's enjoying it, and that's why a lot of athletes keep quitting and then coming back, because they quit because they think they're old. Then after 2 years, they don't know what to do, and then they feel like, I'm still training and I'm still knocking people in the gym and I'm still submitting people in the gym, just the same. So what exactly has changed? What's the problem? So yeah, that's what's happening.
And to stay in the shape you are, I'm sure it takes a lot of hard work. What is your like daily, weekly, workout regimen? How many hours a day, a week how many hours a day and how many hours a week do you put in like your weight training, your strength and conditioning? And then how many more hours a day and a week are you putting into like your skills work? Like the older you get, I'm sure the harder it is to maintain those things. So how much work do you have to put into it? Because I'm sure there's a lot of hours that goes into it.
There's a lot of hours. There's a lot of hours. I train every day. Even sometimes on my rest day on Sunday, I still train instead of resting. I think, I'm addicted. I do my training every day, and even when I'm not competing, I'm still training every day. It's my passion, and that's what I like to do, and it makes me feel good. It makes me feel better. I feel a better person after I train. So I'm doing my strength training every other day, and I'm doing my skills training, like every other day as well. So it's set like if I'm doing Monday my skill training and cardio, I'm doing my strength training the next day. So yes, every other day, but I train almost every day.
You moved to Hong Kong in the early 2000s, or at least that's what your bio on the One FC website says.
Yes.
There have been stories for a long time about in Southeast Asia, Southeast Asians being amazed when, big, muscular, strong foreigners like yourself become known in the culture, become famous in the culture. As this talented, powerful, athletic man from Africa, from Cameroon, did you feel like you became more famous when you left Cameroon for China? Because you accomplished many things when you were still, fighting, competing mostly on the African continent, kickboxing, Muay Thai, before you got to Hong Kong. But did you feel like once you got there, competed there, then won championship, like your fame, did it boost another level because you're different than everybody else there?
I think it has helped. Yes, definitely. I think it has helped a lot. I think that has helped, define and just publicize me in some other way. Yeah, I think it has helped.
Has it helped in like, you getting commercials and stuff like that you maybe weren't getting before? Like, do they want you to sell products and advertise there?
Yes, definitely, yes.
What would you say is the most interesting product they wanted you to advertise and you did a commercial for?
I think the funniest one was a medicine for lower back pain.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, it was like a traditional medicine, but it felt like this strong African guy is he will portray that product the best. So I think it was really funny.